Okay, today I'm going to show you how I use Skitch. Skitch is a free app that you can get on your Mac or your iPad. As far as I know, you cannot get it on the iPhone or the iPod Touch. But first thing I'm going to do is go to your app store, you search Skitch, and once you do that, you install it. Once you have it open, you'll see up here this little heart. That is your Skitch icon. It's located up here, that way it is easy to access. So first thing I'm going to show you what I do with Skitch is I use it to resize photos. So I press that right here. You see the photo I have here. If right now it is at a 460 by 454 or 400 by 454. If I'm using a website or I want it smaller, if I wanted 200 range, it'll automatically rearrange it to where the height and the width match. Press apply, press OK, and now it's smaller. So you notice that there's words written on it. I'll go ahead and make it bigger again. It's also, you can put text on it, you can put arrows on it to show like what you're talking about. It's great for instruction. I use it in my classroom for if I want to show a website what button to press, I can circle it with an arrow telling what it is. But it's really handy when you want to emphasize something of a picture or a screenshot, which I'll show you a screenshot here in just a minute. But mostly how I use Skitch is I use it to put words onto photos that I take. So to do that, I use Pages, which is Mac's version of Word. But if you do not have Pages, you can also use Text Edit. You have Lion, just go to your launch pad and press Text Edit. If you do not have Lion, I can't remember what Snow Leopard is to view, but you can always view it in your Finder and then put it in your search bar, or use your search bar here and Spotlight, Text Edit, and it should be able to pull it up there too. So let's just do this for fun. If I was going, a lot of times I will find my quotes online. So for today I'm going to put quote for laughter, because I have a photo in mind. Now this person, the first one right here, you can copy and paste it. A lot of times when you're using the web it takes a little bit more time to paste. So a day without laughter is a day wasted. I put in, a lot of times I use my font at least 36, if not, for the font I want to use 48. There's a different fonts you can use. One of my favorite ones is called Noteworthy, and it looks like handwriting, so just for today we can use that, but you can play around with them a little bit. I want to use black font here, and I'll show you what the best idea to do. If you're using black and white photos, black wording tends to be better if you're using a light colored photo, and white wording tends to be better if you're using a dark colored photo, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put a day out. And then I want to put in the author. A lot of times the little dash that they use will be in your special characters. So if you go to Edit, Special Character, pull up, I like to use this little squiggly mark here, just double click it, puts it in there, and it looks like it's from Charles Chaplin. So I have it there. Now if I'm using a dark font, I have noticed that in the app I'm fixing to throw this into to take the background out of, to then put it into my photo, that if you make a background color of your page close to the same color as your font, then you eliminate any extra white around your letters when you take the background out, because it's pretty much impossible to take out everything in the background. So what I do is I highlight, Command A, and then where this A with the line through it, I press that, and I'll do like a darker gray, and so my page will look like that. And a lot of times I'll put an extra space in, that way it's pretty formal. Maybe even go an extra line, that way I don't have to worry about as much of the white. So then I use Skitch, go back up to my heart, and instead of uploading a photo, then I use Snap and just kind of line it up with that window. That's not lined up very well. So if you mess up, it's going to do that. Just do it again. And it's okay to get part of your screen in there because you'll take it out with the background anyway. Okay, so there's my photo. What I do is when I'm working with photos, I usually just use my desktop. So I'll just drag it over there. And so now it's on my desktop. Now you could drag it down here to your iPhotos, and if you have PhotoStream going, then it will automatically be on any other device that you use. But my experience with iPhoto and an older Mac is once iPhoto is running, it will make other programs on your computer run slower. So it's just easier to do it the old-fashioned way, and I just email it to myself. So I press Mail, I go to New Message, put my email in, go to the little paperclip, attach. If I'm doing my desktop, I know it's the last one that I put on. So it's 11:43, it's going to be this one. Just double click it, and then I press Send. Because since you took a picture of it, it's no longer a Word document or Pages document. It is now a picture. So next thing that I do is I go into my iPad. Now for my for this purpose only, I'm going to use another app. That way you can see also what I'm doing on my iPad. Okay, so now that I'm on my iPad, I go into my photos, or into my email, and this is my last email that I got. It should load. Now if I just tap on the middle part of A Day Without Laughter is a Day Wasted, I press Save Image. Now it's to my camera roll. I go over here and I search my Photo Layers app. I'll pull this up. First thing I want to do is I want to add the picture I want to use. And the picture I want to use is this one. I don't want to crop it, so I'm done. Maybe make it big if I want to. Now I'll go into Add, I'll go to Album, and the last thing I added was my photo that I just made. Now you can kind of crop it down if you want to, that way you kind of eliminate what you have to take the background out of here in a minute. Press Done, make it bigger, and I'll go back down to Edit, right there. Press Eraser, right there. And then, what times I make sure that it's on maybe close to 50. Now it's taken out the background, and what's left is just the middle of the letters, so you do have to manually kind of go in there, and I use this screen up here to help me put where the automatic eraser is, because it's a lot easier to use than to manually do it, which is what you have to sometimes do on tough edges like on photos. Just bear with me for a minute. Doesn't take too long. But one thing you will learn is you may find a font that you really like, and once you start getting the background out, you'll realize that there are certain creases that the background's still in, and the automatic is taking too much out or leaving too much, and so a lot of times you'll have to redo it because you're a perfectionist like me, and you don't want any part of the background there. So now I'm done. You can go dark by pressing dark or bright down here. That way you know if there's any white left whatsoever. I don't see any. I press Done. And then kind of just put it on your photo the way it is. And you press Preview, and that's kind of what it looks like. See, there's a little white line that happens a lot of times, so I'll go back into edit right there, go into eraser, and I thought that was part of just the screen, but it wasn't. So if you look up here, you'll see there's actually a white line, so I'll have to go back in there, take that out. That wasn't so hard, just press down again, put it back where I want it, press preview, and that's where I want it. So then after that I just press save. Now what I have noticed with photo layers is a lot of times in photos I'll have to go back in and crop it because there's still a black because I didn't cover the whole area in photo layer. So if I press in to the last photo I have, I notice that this black part that's white right there, that's going to be in your photo. So what I just do is I go into edit and then I go down to crop right there. And I just crop it where I want it to be to get rid of any kind of black or white background that I don't want. Or I guess you could throw it back into photo layers and redo the whole process again. So I press crop and it should look like that. So press save. So then if I go back to photos, I go here, and I go here, it should look about the same. And that is it.